Let's move ahead with the other parts of speech in this lecture. Now, in the previous video, you had already seen a few parts of speech that we had done. That was, we did noun, which means the name of any person, place, animal, thing, etc. We had also done in detail about the types of noun, that is common noun, proper noun, countable noun, uncountable noun, etc. Then we had done the second parts of speech, that was pronoun. And pronoun, as I told you, means it is used in place of a noun. Now there are different types of pronoun also. Let's just go through it, that is the types of pronoun. Now what is personal pronoun? Personal pronoun means the words you can use here are I, he, she, which are called as subjective pronoun, subjective personal pronoun. Now why it is called subjective personal pronoun? Because when I say I teach you, or I teach English to my children. Now here I would say that I is used in the place of a subject. So here I would say I, he, she. When it comes at the subject place, we call this pronoun as subjective personal pronoun. And the other part is objective personal pronoun, that is me, him, her, are called objective pronoun, or you can call it as objective personal pronoun. For example, the same, like English is taught to my children by me. Now here this pronoun is used in the place of object, whereas I was used in the subject place. So when pronouns are used in subject place, it is called subjective personal pronoun, and when it is used as in the object place, it becomes objective personal pronoun. The other type of pronoun is possessive pronoun. What do you mean by possessive pronoun? So that is, we can use the words like mine, or you can say his, you can say theirs. These are all termed as possessive pronoun. Now as we move ahead, let me tell you about few other types of pronoun, that is demonstrative pronoun. Now what do you mean by demonstrative? Demonstrative means when you demonstrate, when you point out at something, when you are showing something to someone. When we use pronoun to demonstrate or to show something, it is called as demonstrative pronoun. For example, this, singular, these. See the pronunciation, how am I saying? This, these, that, again singular, those, that is plural. These are called demonstrative. Now this and these, singular, plural, are used to show the things that are close to you. That, those, singular, plural, to show the things away from you. Then we move ahead to, that is interrogative pronoun. Now interrogative pronoun are the words that we use while framing the question. That is who, whom, how, etc. As we move ahead, let's take two more. That is indefinite pronoun. Now, indefinite pronoun means you are talking about something which is not in particular, like all. So it's not fixed about a particular person, it's about all. It's about few. Few people came to the class. All of them attended the marriage. They came to see us. So, this is not definite that we are talking about. It is just indefinite. They are called indefinite pronoun. Let's see one more, and that is reflexive. Now, reflexive pronoun, that is when we make use of the word self or selves after the pronoun. That is like my self, him, self. Then you can use the word them, but now it becomes plural. So I will not use self, I will use selves, V-E-S, and so on. So this is just basic knowledge that is given to you about different types of pronoun. And the next is, let's move towards verb, which also we had done earlier, but it's once again a short revision, I would say, and even some extra information provided over here. Now verb, that is the action word, or it could be helping verb. So again, types of verb that we can take is action also, which you can easily understand, like cut, teach. When we use this word, I teach, it's simple, you understood. Then there are helping verbs. Now here you can't understand if I just say I am, she is, but they are all verbs. One more, as I told you last time, was the state of being. That is, I am happy. We can see the happiness on his face. So यहाँ पे different types of verbs we make use of. That is completely you can understand when I just say I teach you, or just I teach, they teach. It's simple, you can understand. Helping verb, they are a part of this sentence, but by itself it doesn't make any meaning. I am, she is, they are, or they were. Clear? And one more you can take over here is transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Now, what do you mean by transitive? Transitive is which requires an object at the end. For example, she kicked the ball. So, यहाँ पे ये object we require, right? So, it becomes transitive verb. But the moment I say she talked, you don't need any object over here, right? So, transitive, intransitive, and finally there are some modal verbs. You can also call it as modal auxiliary verbs like will, would, can. could, shall, should. These are all your modal verbs. So very simple. We have done up till now noun, pronoun, verb in detail. Now let's move ahead. So now let's move ahead with our fourth parts of speech, and that is adverb. So what do you mean first of all by adverb? That you should know very perfectly. Now whenever you describe any action, that describing action is called adverb, right? When you describe any action, it is called adverb. For example, let's take it as this way. She is singing loudly. Now when I say she is singing, up till now it's just an action. But when I say how is she singing, you say loudly. So we are describing this action over here. So this loudly will become adverb, right? And singing is the action. One more we can take. He speaks loudly. Now when I say he speaks, it is action. But the moment I use the word to describe the action, it becomes adverb. Clear? Now next, that is fifth one, and that is preposition. Now, what do you mean by preposition? Just take it as this way. Words like on, in, above, under, to, towards, very many, right? Etc. These are all termed as preposition. Let us take one example. The book is on the table. Now when I say it is on the table, we have to see the position of this noun. Where is it? It is on. So this on is the position of the noun. So we term it as preposition. So let's see some of the few types of preposition. So there are once again many, but you can use the same for different types of preposition. For example, say first is preposition that we can use for time. Now which are the preposition you can use for time? They are like in, on, etc. Example, he was born in 1970, right? So this in over here shows you the time period. So this preposition in is called preposition for time. Then there is preposition for place. Now the same ones you can use for place also. Like once again in, on, at. All these things preposition can be used for place also. For example, she studies in library. Now here this library, that is it shows the place where the girl is studying. So it is in. Now once again, you can say this in over here is used for preposition for place. Then there are some preposition which could be used to show the direction also, like towards, to, through, etc. So that is for direction, like to, towards. You can use such words. They are the preposition for direction. For example, she went to the class. Now here this preposition is to, which shows. Now as I told you just now that she went to the class, so to you can use as for direction. It's a preposition used to show the direction. Now very important part over here that you will have to remember is, I am putting down over here as note, which is going to be very, very, very important. You will have to remember it. That is, a preposition is always followed by a noun. Remember it, very important. A preposition is always followed by a noun. A preposition is never followed by a verb. Never. Right? Make it very clear. For example, if I say, she went to the class, yes, this preposition is followed by a noun. But if I say, she went to singing, she went to talking, you can't use that way. So preposition is never followed by the verb. So you'll have to remember these two very important points. And now let's move ahead with your next part, and that is about 6th, that is adjectives. Now what do you mean by adjective? You tell me, what do you mean by adjectives? Just as I told you before that adverb was what? That was related to describing verb. Similarly, here you can take this adjectives which will be, you can say, is describing noun. When you describe any noun, it is called adjective. Adverb was describing action. Now if I say over here, he is wearing a pink shirt. Now here you are describing not the person. We are describing shirt over here, which is a noun. And you are describing it with this word pink. So pink becomes adjective. Similarly, one more example. The cruel king. Now here again, king we are describing the king over here, right? And by which word we are describing this noun king? With this word cruel, which is called adjective. Tall girl, scenic beauty, and a beautiful house, a big house. So this all we can term as adjective when you're describing, right? Now the next as we move ahead will be we can take it as interjection. Yes, let's take it. The seventh is interjection. What do you mean by interjection? That is when you are expressing your emotions. So it's a form of expression like yeah, oh, or you use alas. You may also use hooray. But for different situations, different time period, your different emotions are being expressed by different words. And yes, one more you can use, yes, wow, or say oh. This is mostly we use many a times. So for some sad moments, alas, and oh, if only I would have worked a bit more, or if I would have studied more. So sometime due to regret, sometime due to happiness, sometime when you see something very beautiful, sometime when you are very surprised. So there are many such interjections that we use by making the use of this exclamation mark. And the eighth part is conjunction. And conjunction, again, let us take it over here as two types. That is coordinating, right? It is called coordinating conjunction. And then there are subordinating conjunction. Now, coordinating and subordinating, what's the difference? Right? What's the difference? You must be knowing somewhat about, I think so, coordinating, of course. So, simple. Let's take the first one, coordinating, as fan boys. Now this coordinating conjunction is a very small box which you can just gulp it down very easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Very few. बहुत ही easily गले से नीचे उतर जाएगा ये. Right? Yes. This is a very big box. It will take a bit of time for you to complete. So what we will do over here is थोड़े बहुत बाहर निकाल के उसे enjoy करेंगे. Right? Few of them at a time. क्योंकि एक साथ तो मज़ा आएगी नहीं. स्वाद भी पता नहीं चलेगा हर एक का. तो थोड़ा थोड़ा लेने पे स्वाद भी पता चल जाएगा, समझ भी आ जाएगा. So there are lot many over here. That we'll do in our next lecture, of course. तब तक ये रिवाइज करते रहना. So at least at present, let's start just with a small introduction on fanboys. So F is for, A is for and, N is for nor, B is for but, O is for or, Y is for yet, and S is for so. So this is what you are going to go through. अब तक जितना भी हमने किया ये सारा कुछ तुम करने जा रहे हो, रिवाइज करोगे अच्छे से. And very soon, as you get used to these grammar lectures, we will be sending you some homework related to it, that is worksheets. Of course, you'll have to do it on your own. फिर आंसर शीट भेजी जाएगी which will be a support to you, or doubts, yes, you will get it clear with me. So thank you so much. See you very soon in the next lecture of grammar. Keep on revising and take care.